and I'm from Long Island, New York. And I've been a coach for a while. It's a little embarrassing, maybe 2 years. But I am redoing Coach Basics because I kind of just needed to start from the beginning, just life, hecticness, whatever. So that's what I'm doing.
Cool. The basics is where it's at.
Yep.
Yeah, I get lost, I go back to Coach Basics.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. And last but not least.
Hey guys, my name's Marie, and you probably see me in the coach group as Marie Sardelli. I haven't changed my coaching name, even though I've been married for 10 years. My sister signed me up to be a coach 2 years ago. Actually, I think it was like last week. Under my maiden name, which was just like weird. I don't know why that happened. I didn't really know anything about coaching, and she needed a coach, so she hijacked my information. So then I saw her just being successful, and I joined up. So I've been a coach for a couple years, and I have my own coaching team called Boom Empire Fitness, and I'm a 1-star diamond coach, and I have a couple of diamonds popping in the downline soon, I hope. So here I am, and I should have some new coaches that you probably see in the group, but they're not here.
Cool. Well, they can watch the recording.
They can watch the recording, so that's good.
Yeah. And so how many coaches do you think you're having your online now?
Right now, I think there's about 210.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Marie's a full-time teacher, and she has 2 little kids. And she works her hiney off, right?
Yes. I mean, I do, but
she always cracks me up.
I'm like always creeping around. Like I'll be hiding in the bathroom, like on a call at work, like, hey guys. But it's been really worth it. I'm actually able to go part-time coming up here this fall, and then eventually phasing out of teaching. So, it's not a hard system to do. You just have to stay consistent, and that's the key. So if you stay in these groups, do your work, and stick with Annie, you're doing good. That's what I do.
Yeah, and so everyone might be in different coach groups. So we have like our whole team Boom, and then it does like Ashley, I know, has her own coach group, so you might not like see me a lot. And then Marie has her own coach group, so a lot of her coaches I won't probably see. My hand things look like ninjas. Sorry. Notice that. And so there's different coach groups, but we as a team, we like to pair with each other and do Coach Basics and training. So, when you guys sponsor coaches, there's always a Coach Basics or something for them to join, if you can't do it yourself. So cool. Thanks for introducing yourself, guys. So we're going to go back to the basics, right, Cammie?
Right.
Keep it simple. So if you guys listen, I don't know if you guys, so every Monday there's a national wake-up call. And, I should probably introduce myself. So my name is Annie, and I have been a coach actively for about 3 years. I originally signed up in 2010, but I did nothing with the business for about 3 solid years. So when people say to me, like, they aren't doing anything, I'm like, no. Like, I literally didn't do anything for 3 solid years. And it wasn't until I made the decision that I had a really strong why. And I think that's something that we have to have as coaches, is a really strong why, because this business is something that it's easy to do, and it's really easy not to do, especially if you have, kids and a full-time job, and it's really easy just to turn this business off. But if you have a strong why, it's going to bring you back every single time. So my strong why was that I just was really miserable in my corporate job. And I saw my brother, he showed me what he was making with coaching. I obviously believed in the programs and products because I was getting results. But I really wanted I wanted like the freedom to be like, I can leave my job and stay home with my kids. And so I had like a really strong why. And it took me about 2 years to actually like fire my boss and be able to do that. But that was really like every single day. I would do an hour. And like, that's what Marie is doing right now. I would wake up before I went to my job, and I would, do my invites and my vital behaviors. And it really is, like Marie said, all about consistency. This business isn't going to over and transform in like 6 months or a year, but you will see drastic results if you stay consistent for a year. You'll start to see, and that's probably like, right, Marie?
Yeah. I mean, the first 6 months, I really didn't do anything because I didn't really get it. And I didn't dive into my training like I should have. And then it was $100 a week, and then it was $2, and then it was $5. And I didn't do anything different besides set the goal where I was going to sell one. I hate to say sell, have someone join me, whatever, one challenge pack, I tell myself a week. So if I did that, ultimately you think in a month, your income just from sales would be what, Annie, like $120 or whatever. Mm-hmm. But if you build that strong downline over a year and consistent, because every time you hit Success Club, you turn people into coaches because discount or business builders, eventually that long-term, like your residual income is going to build to where you're going to have that money coming in, but you're still hitting Success Club 5 and 10 every month. That's all you need to do. And then business builders, discount coaches, fill in the spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. Sorry.
No, you got it. Yeah. So like Marie was saying, even though we've been coaches, for 3 years, we still do the exact same thing every single day that I would do when I first started as a coach. And so that's why this business is so simple. But sometimes people will overcomplicate it. But really, it just goes back to the basics of what you're going to learn in this group and then repeating them every single day over and over again. So at times they can get a little boring and stuff, but that's why you have to, do your personal development. The challenge groups are really fun. You're always going to meet new people, which is my favorite part in this business. So what I wanted to go over with you guys is in the group, I want you to write out your why. I think it's really important that you're not just like saying things, but this is something that like your why is something isn't, I want to help people. Okay. You didn't get into this business because you wanted to help people. You wouldn't get into this business if you didn't want to help people. Let's put it that way. Like this is a helping business. Like you knew that coaching was something where you help other people. So that's just like flat out, like anybody who becomes a coach. Your why is something that, personally for me, what I think it is something like financial or something that you want, but you can't have. So it could be something like, income, but income is going to give you freedom. So what is it that you can't really have that you feel like you would have more freedom in your life if you did have it? And that could even be as simple as, I know Marie can, for me, like I wanted just to pay for my daycare because it was like sucking the life out of my bank account and I didn't have freedom to do things. So if I was able to make, $100 or $200 a week or a month with Beachbody, that was freedom for me to be able to go out and do things with my husband or not have to worry about that, or maybe pay my student loans, or maybe you're saving for a house, or maybe you want like a car. It's something that's personal to you that's going to drive you every single day. So first is you guys really want to write that down. Second, I'm going to share this with you guys. So you could write your why out, and then it could be something that you share with your coach, or maybe it's something, I know a lot of coaches put this like on their wall. I had it like by like this light, like one girl has it, which is kind of clever. She has it by a light stand, like her why. So like before she goes to bed every night, she'll look at that before she turns the light off to see her why, and she won't go to bed until she's done like her vital skills because she sees her why right there. So just put it somewhere where it's going to be like something that you look at. So you guys should have gotten this. It's everything a new coach needs. And I really like this document because I think it really sums up what this business is really all about. So the first video is, what is a Beachbody coach? So you guys should obviously know by now that a Beachbody coach is not somebody that is like in the perfect shape, that, has it all together, like it doesn't have flaws. A Beachbody coach is somebody that is just doing the programs and uses the products. Obviously, you have to be drinking Shakeology in order for other people to relate to you. and they're just sharing that with other people. So I have coaches on my team that are 18 to like in their 80s because they just want it for the discount or whatever. Again, going back to the big mindset. So this business is a lot like Marie was talking about the escalator. You just have to stay consistent with it. Otherwise, you'll get like halfway somewhere. And if you're not staying consistent, you sort of fall back. Your why and your belief, which you just went over. The 5 skills. So these are like 5 intentional things that I think about every single day. So posting with a purpose. You do want to start posting on your wall. You could, if you haven't come out yet as a Beachbody coach, so Nicole and Jessica, have you guys like come out yet?
I'm out of the closet.
Yeah, you're out. Oh, hi, Kelly.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Hi. We just did some introductions. Do you want to introduce yourself then?
Sure. I'm Kelly. I just started on this journey a few days ago. I currently teach. I'm a phys ed teacher, and I love teaching students, but also I do have a why that I'm working on, and I'm going to continue to work on that every day still. So it's a learning journey for me, but I'm excited all about it.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're from upstate New York too, right?
Correct. Camillus area.
I feel like everyone on this call is from upstate New York.
Yeah.
So everyone was like glad that it was 60 degrees here. Cool. So if you guys, Bree, have you posted that you are like at least doing a program or something?
No, that's something I would need to do.
Okay. So I don't know if Ashley has this in her coach group, but I have like a document that's called Coming Out of the Closet. And it just gives my new coaches examples of just like how to post that they became a coach. And it could be as simple as something like, I'm just starting the 21-day fix challenge because I want to get in shape for X, Y, and Z vacation. And I want somebody to help like keep me accountable, like a reason. And then you can post something about it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I think once you do that, it like kind of like sort of takes pressure off of your like whatever it's called when you're like have pressure on your shoulders and you're just like out there and people know. So every day I try to post with purpose. I try to post like at least one thing a day. I know as a new coach you might not post a lot and then all of a sudden you're going to start posting as a coach, so you can ease your way into it. I started by doing like I work out in the morning, so I would post that I work out in the morning. You could post something like maybe post at night, but I usually say I use like an 80-20 rule. So like 80% of my posts are about things not Beachbody related and then 20% about Beachbody related. Or I might sprinkle in there, because of Beachbody coaching, I was able to, pay for my groceries this week and maybe have like a spread of like all my groceries or whatever. So something just simple like that. You don't have to be being able to like buy this new car to like post about something. It can just be like little things that are helping you, and that people really pick up on that because they're like, what the heck? I want to pay for my groceries. Right. So just make sure you're coming up with some posts, and in the coach group, I'm going to have ideas of what you can post. So like we have the water one, we'll have like more like that. So you can see examples that we do. Find, create, and 2 quality connections per day. So we teach our coaches to use the Instagram, because a lot of people will say like, I don't have people that I don't have a lot of people. But if you write down like all the people that you can possibly think of just on your warm market, there are a lot of people that would benefit from either just the program, Shakeology, or possibly you think they would just be a really good coach. So regardless if you think you're going to ask them or not, just get it out of your mind and write it down on a piece of paper and make a list of at least like 50 people. And then you can sort of work off of that list. So we teach our coaches to do that. And then we also, we outsource. I mean, there's no way, you are going to run out of your warm market. It's just inevitable. And then so you have to do your invites in order to grow, your customer base. So there's millions and millions of people on social media. And I was the coach who was like, I'm not starting because I don't know anyone. I asked 3 people and they said no. And I hid in the closet for like a year. And there's so many people that are out there that will join your challenges. They might not join your challenge the first second that you connect with them, but if you are continuing to post with a purpose, you know, and you're sharing your journey, they will eventually join you. It just depends on that person. So the different ways I connect are through, I do Instagram. So we have a document and a guide of how you would share on Instagram. Is Marie still on here?
Yeah, I'm on here.
Okay. So you can share what you do after me, but a majority of what I do is Instagram. I do have I find people on Facebook, like mutual friends. I've joined a couple mom groups. Actually, some of my like best coaches and people that I've connected with are from me joining a local mom group. And I started to build a relationship with those people. And 95% of my coaches are through social media. Or maybe it's like old college friends who started to see my posts. And they might message me or I might ask them to join one of my challenges. So if you're doing 2 solid, I mean, I personally would go for like, I mean, depends on what you want, but at least 2 quality ones. And then you can invite at least like 25 people, I'd say, or 20 a day, depending on how fast you want to grow your business. What about you, Marie? Where do you?
Well, basically, you know, what do you want me to say? Like how I find people?
Or where do you feel like what outlet of social media do you?
Okay. Well, first I did a lot of Instagram, but lately what I've been doing is I go on Facebook and I just do, can I share my screen or?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on one second. Sorry if you hear yelling in the background. My husband's giving the kids a bath and they just decided to pour all the water out of the tub onto the floor. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, welcome to my life. Okay. So
when you become a Beachbody coach and you're this and your husband's put the kids to bed. It's kind of nice.
and then they won't support it until they see your bank every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, this is what I've been doing and I've had a lot of luck with it. So I just go to friends and then I go to like find friends. And then let me move you over there, Andrea. Okay. And then basically like I will put in just for instance, and let's do employer and maybe I live in Greenville, South Carolina, so I'll put Greenville. Let's see who's not the country club, not employer. Hold on a second. Current city. So I'll do like Simpsonville, South Carolina. That's where I live. And then anybody that is has mutual friends. I've done this a lot today, so there's a lot of guys left. I typically don't invite males. Just never works out. So, like I will just friend.
Stay with your
I just don't know what to say to them, Like I've been with my husband forever, and it just gets weird. Like I don't like a creeper. Like I'll just send friend requests to these people that have mutual friends. I don't know. I'll just invite everybody. And then, okay, let me not do too many because you'll be surprised. Like people will start accepting it. I'm like, what? And then basically what I do from there is I go to, sorry, I'm jumping around, friends. And then when people add it, I go to recently added. And just from this week, these are all the people that have accepted my friend request. And I don't know these people, but we have mutual friends. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I'm doing by doing this is I write all of their names down. And then as I'm posting on my Facebook wall, I mean, you got 300-400 friends, you got to maximize your exposure to how many people are seeing your post, So basically I'm maximizing my exposure out of my warm market to my cold market of people I don't know by posting. So I'm more likely, I don't want to tell them too much and confuse them, Andrea, but I'm more likely to get more likes by these people, and off of this one, she's not a coach, he's not a coach, she's not a coach, and he's not a coach. Okay. So then I may say to them, hey, thanks for liking my post. I would love for you to, I don't know what I say. Like I just say something to them, like I have it written down, just to reach out to them. Maybe they want to join my free group. I just reconnect with them. And sometimes I write their names down, and then Andrea will teach you down the road about interest groups. I add them to interest groups and I start commenting on their photos. It may have nothing to do with working out, but that's how you build the relationship. I start commenting on their wall, cute picture of your dog, nice picture of your kids, things like that. So it's drawing attention to my wall. And eventually, after all those recently added people, I wait about a week, and then I may go through the script that Andrea will teach you about later. Once I've built some sort of relationship, I've increased the exposure to my page, then it's going to make sense for me to invite them to a challenge.
Yeah, exactly. I literally do the exact
right? Sorry, it's like
no. I do the exact same thing.
And then I put them in interest groups, so like I don't look at my news feed. I don't know if you guys know how to do this yet.
They don't, so
yeah, I won't even really show you, but basically this is the only people in the news feeds I look at, is all those recently added people.
Yeah, so an interest group, just so that you guys aren't confused, an interest group is just basically a mini news feed, like of customers that you just put into this group. So you can basically, like, anybody that you feel like you have a connection with, like as she's talking to these people, so you don't lose them on your Facebook page, because you might you're not going to go through the news feed and see them. You can put them in these little mini news feeds, and then that's why you can build more of a relationship with them.
My post automatically goes to the top of their news feed every time I post.
Yeah.
Subliminally, like they don't even know it. But she'll teach you about that later.
Yeah, I think we have a
yeah, and I hope I helped you guys a little bit. I'm going to jump off. I have a call at 8:30.
Oh, okay.
So I'll see everybody in the group. So thanks, Andrea.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so basically what Marie does is exactly what I do. And I know that it might feel a little bit awkward, like sending people friend requests, but you have to remember, like, you have something to share with these people. I wouldn't have met 90% of my coaches if I didn't get over my own fear of inviting other people. And it was a big fear of mine. But you have something to offer these people. You have a challenge group. You have something that is like changing your life. So every time I am a little bit fearful of inviting other people, I'm like, screw it. Like, this has genuinely changed my life, and I can change other people's lives. And I have connected with so many people just from mutual friends on Facebook. And people don't always right away join the challenge, or join one of our like free groups, but they're going to start to follow you. And when they're ready, like Marie said, after you build that relationship, they will eventually message you, or, when you message them, maybe 3 months down the line, they're ready to join you. And then that comes into our next step, which is the 21-day fix invite steps. So I'll just quickly go over this. You guys should have probably seen this from your coach. And again, I'll post this so you guys have all of this. But this is the main script that I use. And this has been tested over like 3 years. And this script works, okay? I use it pretty much to a T, not exactly to a T. Obviously, I'm like talking to people and building a relationship with them. But this is a program that most all of our coaches, most all of our challengers are going to start with. So you can generalize it, but this is how I connect with people. So the first thing is, once they accept my friend request, they're going to probably creep on your page. Okay. I'll be honest. Like, who doesn't creep on somebody's page when you friend request them? So that's why it's important to have some photos of you, like working out and sharing your journey, because they're going to look on there. Usually I'll just thank them for the ad. Once I start to build a relationship with them, I might ask them a question about like their kids, or I might see that we have like kids the same age in common. I might see that they did something fun that weekend. Maybe they went to like a concert. I'll like ask them questions about that. I don't just like dive right into the Beachbody, because then they're like very turned off. So you just have to sort of introduce yourself, like, have a normal conversation with the person, figure out like what they're doing. Sometimes I ask them like, what do you do? like something simple like that. And they might open it up that they're a teacher. And I might say, oh, well, I used to be a teacher. Like, what grade did you teach? Like just ask them questions. After that, I do ask them if they want to join one of my challenges. So this is my script, so you can change it like to how you feel, but this is something that I would probably say to somebody myself. Like, I know you're busy, is busy as well because we're all busy. But I love connecting with people. I feel like we have a lot in common. I wanted to ask you just in case maybe this is something you would be interested. I am starting a 3-week challenge, March 28th. That's when my next challenge is. And we are going to do a clean eating group and surround ourselves with lots of positive women. Would this be something you'd be interested in? And then maybe they'll say yes. Maybe they'll say no. If they say no, I might ask them, is there a better time that you might be interested? Do you know anybody else that might be interested? I always ask for referrals too. So if they say yes, you are going to have to follow up with them a couple times. Most often 94% of people are looking at Facebook on their phone. So they're not using Facebook the way that we do. They're using Facebook because they might be like getting out of the car and getting groceries and see this and be like, oh yeah, like I saw her post, like I really do want to join her challenge group, but then they see it and they don't respond. And so for us, our natural instinct is to think, oh, that person just doesn't want anything to do with my challenge group. Like they don't want to join me. But really, it might just be that person is busy and just forgot to see it. So I follow up with them 3 times. I'll say, are you interested in the challenge group? I have a bunch of us are going to continue on with our challenge group. Is this something that you're interested in? If they say yes, or I would like some more information, I just tell them a little bit more about it. So I say like, great, I'm glad you're interested. We're starting a 21-day fixed group, which is a 21-day program. It's 30-minute workouts. It includes a meal plan that's easy to follow, simple portion containers. It tells you exactly what to eat. Plus, we'll be staying accountable in the group. Can I ask you some questions? Is that okay? So I think this is something that's like so important. Like never, ever, ever, ever miss this step. You want to ask them questions about what their goals are. And so these are generally the questions that I ask. There's like 5 different questions. So you can ask all these questions. You can ask 1 or 2. You can ask 3. But you have to have like an emotional connection as to why they want to join this challenge. Usually people are going to open up to you. Like they might say, I have 20 pounds to lose and I haven't been able to get it off in a year, and they will open up to you. And so you have to have that reason of why they want to join this challenge in order for you to continue on. They're not going to join it because you want them to. They're going to join it because it's something personal to them. So if they do say like, I have that extra 10 pounds to lose, I have, whatever their goals are, everyone's really different. Maybe it's just their nutrition that they struggle with, but really digging into their why is really important. And then I go into explain what the group is exactly about in the programs and relate it back to their why. Sometimes people want to have a little bit more explanation, so I might send them a video. Like, have you ever heard of the 21-Day Fix? Is it okay if you watch this quick video? So I don't send all these videos at once. I might just do one.
Yeah.
And then from there, again, this is going to take a couple steps in following up because people are busy. And they might tell you they want to join your challenge, but it might take them a week or 2 to actually get down to the point where they buy it. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so important to have a set date for your challenge group. Like mine's the 28th. So, but like around the 20th, I'm going to be like, hey, like we are all starting on the 28th. Like you need to order today or tomorrow in order for you to get your program in 6 to 7 days. And then you'll be able to start with us. So, and it is important. I mean, these challenge groups work. So that's why you have to have that date, because that's when everyone else is starting. And then from there, I go in to explain like exactly what's in our challenge groups and then how they would sign up. And then you just put your screen name in there. And that's basically it. So this is obviously like a guide. If somebody says that they're not interested right now, then I have a free group that they can just go into. And you guys, if you're not in our free group, then you can just join mine. I let my coaches join my group, and we have a bunch of coaches basically it's just like a place for your customers to like stay connected, and then you just add them to your free group. So this is our script. At the bottom of the script, I like everything in one thing, because usually when I'm working, it's like I have an hour before like the kids come running in or something. So I have like all my other scripts right here. If you ever want to join a challenge group, there's a script on here to run a challenge group. What do you say to somebody if you signed if they want to know about coaching? How do you share the opportunity? A new coach posting guide, so suggestions on what to post. How to overcome objections. Like, you're going to hear objections all the time. It's just human nature for people to have, they don't have time. They honestly, like, one of the reasons why they're going to give you objections is because they have no idea what you're talking about. Like, they don't know what a challenge group is. They think that they don't know like what coaching is. So the more that you can explain it, the better in this way. So that guide is really helpful. Give an amazing experience. So that goes back to our challenge groups. So if you're a new coach, then you will just do one of our challenge groups with us. If you've never done a challenge group, our team is like really active in our challenge groups. And once we get a customer into our challenge group, if you guys get your customers in a challenge group and they bought Challenge Pack, those are most likely the people that are going to then become coaches with you, because they had a really good experience in your challenge group. And again, you can join the challenge group of like mine or your coaches. You don't have to run yours right away. You can do like 2 with your coach and then get to the point where you might feel comfortable running your challenge group. But Nicole was thinking about like when she would do hers, maybe like in May or June, because she just became a coach. But she was asking me, and she was like, do I have to do it alone? Like, I don't want to do it alone. And you don't have to do it alone, and I don't suggest you. You could pair up with like maybe one other coach or your coach or 3 coaches, and you could run it together. And that way you guys could each maybe get like 2 or 3 people in there to have a good group. And then lastly, vital behaviors. So number 1 vital behavior is personal development. If you haven't gotten a book, I would suggest Go Pro, which talks about what multi-level marketing is, because this business is MLM, multi-level marketing. It's not your typical like 9-to-5 job. So it kind of explains the business a lot. The Slight Edge is my favorite book by far. It was basically what like sort of connected me, that I was like, why aren't I doing this business? And it really showed me that it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's more like the slight little things that you do every day, like doing your invites every day. It's sort of like this business is like a workout program. Like, you're not going to get results immediately. It's going to take like a workout every single day. And you don't go to the gym like for just 1 week in a year and be like, all right, I'm all set. I'm gonna rock this, like you have to go every day, which sucks. Like, I wish it was that way, right? Emerald, and then Success Club. So Success Club is basically what this entire business is about. I don't know if you guys were on when Marie was saying it, but we do exactly the same thing as brand new coaches. If you're here for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, this business is around Success Club. And that's basically helping 5, Success Club 5 is helping 3 people a month with a challenge pack. So that could be a coach or it could be a customer. And that's, so every single month that should be your goal is Success Club 5, or there's Success Club 10, which is basically helping 5 people with a challenge pack. So you get 2 points for each challenge pack. So if you hit Success Club 10, then you get Shakeology leads from Beachbody. And then obviously you're going to grow your business faster because you are helping 5 people a month. And those 5 people are more likely to join you as a coach. And then from there, you would basically just teach your coaches to do exactly this and hit Success Club. And that's really what this business is all about. So you guys have any questions about Success Club in general?
I have a quick question.
Yep.
So when you get Emerald and you hit 5, you get like 2 to 3 leads, correct?
Yeah, you get the free leads from Beachbody. So it's like customer leads, and they are people that they're ordering through infomercials, and they give us the customers, and we don't get the initial commission, but we get any future orders that they purchase.
Right. Okay. And then you had said that once you hit that, and let's say you fall below that again, you still get those 2 to 3.
And so when you become an Emerald coach, there's 2 ways to earn as a coach. The first way is is what you're going to earn as a new coach is the 25% commission.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the majority of what all new coaches are going to start earning. That's how I earn. That's how everybody earns. 25% commission is when somebody orders a challenge pack or they order something through you. The second way to earn, which is like the real residual income, is through your team cycling, your team bonuses. That's building a team of coaches. So in order to start to team cycle, you have to hit Emerald. That kind of like bumps you up to have that ability to team cycle, which we'll get into more. But the second way to earn, which is building your team of coaches, that's how you're going to make the residual income of a lot of money if you want in this business. So you don't need to go out and like sponsor the world. I have like 35 personally sponsored, maybe 40 personally sponsored coaches over the course of 3 years. So it's not a lot of coaches. Like you would think that'd be like an average of 2 coaches a month, right? It's not that lot.
Yeah.
But your business is really based around like 5, it's like gold chips. Pat calls them gold chips.
Yeah.
Like finding 5 other people that really want to do the business with you. And that could be like you're personally sponsored or somebody that's on your team even.
Right. So once you hit Success Club 10 and get the Shakeology leads, you have to consistently hit that every month to continue to get those?
Yes. Yeah. They only give every single month. They only give the customers to people that have hit Success Club 5 and are Emerald. And then they give Shakeology leads to the customers who hit Success Club 10 and are Emerald. And I showed Nicole last night that I hit Success Club 10 in January. And so in February, I got 3 Shakeology and I got the commission right away. So that was like each commission $30. So that was $90 for just hitting Success Club 10 in January. I got that in February.
Why'd you? Oh, because you got the following month. Right
Yeah.
away, the following month, you got the commission.
Yeah. So yeah, when you hit Success Club 10, that let's say you hit it in January, Success Club 10, in the month of February, you get those Shakeology leads and you get the commission right away.
Gotcha.
So in my case, the customers that we looked at, they each ordered a bag of Shakeology. One person ordered packets, another person ordered a bag, and they each ordered it one time. But then I can reach out to those people and say, hey, like, how's your Shakeology? Do you think you want to be a discount? You do it for the discount if you want to continue with Shakeology. That's how I got Kim Kenny. If you've seen Kim Kenny, she was a customer lead who wanted to do it for the discount. And then she is very close to hitting Diamond Coach right now. And she was a customer lead that I got through Beachbody. So, yeah. But this sentence right here, like, explains, Pat calls it the 5 lifers, that he wrote this. And it talks about like the income, like in here, and then why you want to be a coach. So
this is your script. Do you share that or no?
This is what I give my new coaches. Yeah. Or just in general, like, this is just all of us to look at, basically like what you want to post, what connections are, your 2 invites, like your challenge group is your experience. After somebody orders a challenge pack, how you would ask them to be a coach for the discount. 3 vital behaviors, what is an Emerald, why you want to be an Emerald, and then why it's important to hit Success Club. Oh, and then he does go, and then we do give another example of like sharing your story. being a coach. Pretty simple. Your
So this
dog
is a
likes
thing
to.
to have because it's all in one place, you know?
Yeah. I'll post this in the group. Do you have it?
You know what? I have so many Google Docs, but I feel like they're just all over the place. I think that's part of my problem.
Yeah. Just simple. This is pretty much the only one I really use is this 21-day fix script.
Right.
Because I just have everything on there. And then I have that one. Because, if you are on Facebook, you are getting a lot of notifications because our group there's 3,000 coaches on our team. So your Facebook might blow up.
Yeah,
So I would suggest maybe turning off the notifications on your coach group, or you can change it so you only see your friends that are posting. So you might just see mine or, your coaches. And that way your Facebook isn't dinging all the time.
That was one of the best things that I learned throughout this process so far was how to adjust that.
Yeah, so you just go to your this, and then you just hit notifications, and then mine's all posts, but I could do friends posts, so I only get notified when it's people that I'm friends with on Facebook. And so if you're only friends with me and one other person, you might only get notified when I post, So I do that for all my coach groups. I all my groups I'm in, turn off the posts. So that's it. Cool. All right. Well, I kept you guys for 50 minutes. So if you guys have any other questions, if you think of anything, you can post in the coach group. I'm sure there's other people in Coach Basics that have questions.
I do have a quick question, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was looking through kind of the commissions page, and I see you really personally sponsor one on the left leg and one on the right leg.
Yep.
So do you necessarily have to have your coaches on each leg before you can actually make the commissions, or you can still make commissions when you have the people order the challenge packs?
Good question. You can earn the 25% commission right away.
Okay.
Yeah. So right away, if somebody could order a challenge pack through you get the commission. Any products, programs, you can get the commission. When you hit the rank of Emerald, so that's one coach on your left leg and one on your right. Then when you hit Success Club 5 or 10, then you get those customers.
Mm-hmm.
And you get, 10, you get the Shakeology leads. And then you're also able to go into the second category of earning, which is the team cycling. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Good question. And I told Nicole, when I first started, I had 1 million questions. So don't feel like you're not, you have a question, just ask. Otherwise, you won't ever learn it. Or in the Team Beachbody site,
Mm-hmm.
there is it's the FAQ. It's called Frequently Asked Questions. And any question that you have, you can pretty much type in there and it will come up with an answer. Okay. And if if you don't, then you can ask your coach, but or me or somebody in the coach group. Luckily, we have a really active group. So if you post a question, somebody's going to answer it. So if you go to your FAQ at the bottom of your Coach Online Office,
Mm-hmm.
this is basically how do I earn Success Club or whatever you want to ask. It will come up with how to earn Success Club points or Success Club starter program. So this is something for you new coaches. If you earn Success Club 5 your first 3 months of joining, then you get a free summit ticket to the summit, which would be in Nashville. So you'd earn it for not this year, but next year, which is kind of cool. So, and then you get a free call with the CEO, Carl Deichler. So that's the Success Club. But yeah, this is a pretty cool FAQ. Cool. Do you guys have any other questions? You probably have a lot of questions.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I know. You're going to get off and be like, wait, what? Trust me, my mom is my coach. So I was like, wait, I'm so confused. She's like, Andrea, if I can do this, you could do it. She's 50. I'm like, yeah, that's true. You know my mom, Nicole. She was like, come on. Cool. All right. Well, I will let you guys go. I'll post this recording. You can watch it again. And I will post that document in the group too.
That would be awesome.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Sounds great. Thanks, Andrea.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.